to Effective Living Live. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller, and let me tell you something. The celebration has begun. You heard me correctly. We're celebrating 3 years, y'all. 3 years in the makings. Yep. Effective Living LLC. Listen, guys, I just had a talk with my good friend and kingdom sister, Melissa Bilo, and we're talking workshop, y'all. We're talking workshop. The workshop is fast approaching, and I said, you know what? I want to make sure that in our celebration, we're not just celebration in that of rejoicing and fun, but in education, because we're on a mission together as a community to create a life we don't need a vacation from. Well, the lady who is about to talk with us, she has engaged herself with the platform from the beginning as well. Welcome back to Effective Living, Jocelyn Charles. What's up, lady?
Good evening, Coach Ricardo. Thank you for having me.
Listen, you have seen the platform. Initially, you remember me as the children's ministry guy, and then I made a shift. And like Melissa Bilo, you and a number of others who will be talking with us, not only this weekend, but the entire week of next week, we're doing different sorts of sessions to make sure people know this platform has been making those daily strive to become an entity that is bringing about a level of life management for people. You are a part of Effective Living. What got your attention to Effective Living, and what keeps you plugged in?
Well, first, let me start off by saying congratulations, Coach Ricardo. This platform, the Effective Living platform, has been amazing and life-changing for me over the past 3 years. So it has definitely been an awesome journey for myself, and it has really impacted my life and my mindset and how I recover from things, because life still happens, right? And so
Right.
it definitely helps me how I respond to things that's going on in the world around me. Your Effective Living is based off the 5 F's, the fundamentals, we call it the faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. And for me, Effective Living is about, doing your best, putting your best foot forward, being intentional in living effectively and being your best self in all areas and bringing that together collectively, just so you can live your best life.
Yeah. A lot of people, we go to school to get educated. We continue on to get our degrees and certifications and so forth to establish a career and possibly a life. But I don't see there being a life management class. I don't see there being an understanding on the role of confidence, the role of time management, the role of learning how to balance all of the various facets that actually make life come alive. You have been a part of our 5K, you've been a part of our webinars, you've been a part of our in-person workshop, and what keeps you committed to personal development? Because obviously, life is busy for you just like it is for anybody else. Tomorrow we'll be having one of our other specialists and lifetime supporter in that of our 3 years of existence, Bradye Robinson, will be joining us tomorrow. But all of you guys, Melissa, Bradye, yourself, and all of the other people next week, your commitment to continual development, that has been high. What keeps you motivated to say, you know what? I am going to make myself a lifelong learner in becoming all that I should be. And then what keeps that hustle alive?
For me, I don't want to go back to where I used to be.
Yeah, come on.
So the information and the teachings that you share are very relevant in today's time and to my life and those around me. And if I could be a reflection for those who are watching for what effective living means to me, the more the better. Well, if I could touch people and they can see, my growth, they see that I'm not that same person I was prior to 3 years ago. And it has been a gradual change, but I never get tired or bored with the information that you share, because you have to drive it in. You have to reel that stuff in, because as we know, the bad habits are very hard to break.
Yeah.
And they have become part of our identity over
Yeah.
the years. It's almost like part of your DNA, right?
Right.
So you can force it out, you can drive it out with a better habit, but
Yeah.
it's still back there, right?
Right.
It doesn't take, if you can,
Yeah.
if you slack, those
Yeah.
bad habits and bad practices and mindsets
Yeah.
can creep right back up because
Yeah.
it has been part of who I'm 48 years old.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that I developed over the years in my teen years,
Yeah.
my 20s, my 30s, the
Yeah.
first part of the first half of my 40s,
Yeah. Yeah.
those things are still there. So to keep in check and to keep
Nice.
putting and bringing my best foot forward and being my best self, I stay plugged into this platform.
Wow. Wow. Let's talk about that whole concept of chip. And a lot of people think, oh my goodness, I'm so far back. As you mentioned, you get to a point where you're in your 40s and you start thinking, oh my goodness, I'm just so far behind. But the truth is, you can have another 48 in front of you.
Right.
You could have another 48 in front of you. If you don't change anything, chances are you will make that 48 being who you are now, or you could be someone who look back and say, girl, if you saw me at my 40 window, I know who I am now at 58 and 68 and 78 and 88. And they were like, I can't see that ever being you. The concept of chip. What was your view there? Because, a lot of people, they give up, even when there may have been others along the way who wanted to get close to the concept of effective living. But the level of work that it took to get themselves out of the rut or the hole that they find themselves in, having not gotten their degree, having not gotten the career they wanted, having not gotten so many things, but not realizing if you keep chipping every day, that in a month you will change, in 3 months, and a year, and 2 years, and 3 years. What is your view on that constant chip away concept?
Well, first, let me start off by saying you can't give up on yourself. Well, you can, but it's not wise to give up on yourself because, as you just stated, I could have another 48 years in front of me, right?
Right.
And there's some things that I still want to see evolve and develop in my life for the better. I may not be where I used to be,
Right.
which I'm grateful for, but there's still work to be done. And so you have to allow yourself some grace if you're chipping away, because those habits, as I say, they've been with you forever. It's not going to go away with the snap of a finger. It's not going to go away with 1 week of life management coaching. It is continual. So look at you for a change. You're doing your thing and you don't give up. You're continually working on yourself. So it's the coach is continually working on himself. What makes me think that I could be any different? It's not going to happen overnight. I can see my development over the past 3 years, and I know I got a ways to go to be to a certain level that where the vision that God has placed in me as far as how I want to live my life, how I see myself as an individual, a woman, a mother, a friend, my level in faith, my fitness level, my finances. Oh my gosh, those 5 areas in life, it takes a lot of work. So therefore you must be willing to be patient, don't give up, chip away at it, and have faith in yourself. Have faith in the vision that you have been given. That is a God-given vision as you visualize yourself, your best self. So just keep going, keep chipping away at it, and you will gradually see yourself evolve into that person.
Wow. That whole concept, your best self. The Bible teaches us that says, be not weary in well doing. For if you faint not, you will reap. The reward is on the other side of discipline and consistency. Discipline and consistency. Talk about that a little bit, because both of them are challenging when you don't have them. A lot of people say, well, I'm not disciplined and I'm not consistent, but that don't mean you have to be perfect in discipline and you don't have to be perfect in consistency. But going back to the chip, what's your view there on just, hey, Learning to still get up even when you fall down when in regards to discipline or consistency. What are your thoughts?
Well, I heard you mention earlier today, you made a statement about an individual who says, I'm not disciplined. It does
Yep.
not mean you can't get disciplined. It does
Yep.
not mean you can't improve in that area,
Yep.
getting to a better space or place than you were previously. Nothing, nothing is accomplished. Nothing great is accomplished without discipline and consistency. It's just the facts. And it's so easy to get tired. It's so easy to stay down because life comes around. You know, life throws its blows, right? And
Yep.
when it affects you in one area, if you're not careful, it can hit those other four F's. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You
Right.
can
Yep.
have some issues with your family,
Yep.
and that can really be burdening, and you can
Yep.
see you into a depression. You're
Yep.
not looking at your finances, and or however you let depression affects you. Each individual is different, but yeah, so we have to stay focused on chipping away at it, and be disciplined and be consistent, and just press through even when you don't feel like it. It is so easier said than done. That's
Yep.
the truth. But you just have to walk through it. You have to walk through it. Like me, I was listening to Melissa about 30 minutes ago,
Yep.
and I'm still working on that discipline. I'll
Yep.
do great on my fitness level
Yep.
for a season or a window.
Right. Yeah.
And then I
Yep.
don't feel like
Yep.
pressing through. I don't
Yep.
feel like moving past that point where I'm not motivated, or I only worked out 2 days last week, so forget
Yep.
it this week.
Yep.
You just
Yep.
have to pick up where you are. That's why I love this platform, because you teach people how to pick up where they are
Yep.
and move forward and working towards your best self, because we often beat ourselves up for
Yep.
whatever has happened in the past, or whatever chaos or mess that we may be in currently. It that could be discouraging for someone to join a platform like Effective Living, but I beg to differ. I want to challenge those, even if your life is a wreck right now. It there is hope on the other side. Get with like-minded people who are
Yep.
striving to improve in areas of life, that in all those areas that in a wholeness way makes
Yep.
you a whole better person. So I just want to encourage people, don't let where you are discourage you from joining a platform like Effective Living. I encourage it. Give it a quarter, give it
Yep.
3 months,
Right. Right.
and give it a
Yep.
shot. You will be better for it. So discipline and consistency is key.
Now let's talk about this. Growth feels great. Growing pains feels horrible.
It's true. Yeah.
Everybody wants to grow. Everybody say, "Hey, man, I want to go to the mountaintop. I want next level. You know, I want my heart's desire." But growth feels great, and growing pain feels horrible. You know,
Horrible.
yeah.
That's
I don't want to. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to hurt, but I want to grow. I want to grow, but I don't want to hurt. Growing pains feels horrible. Growing feels amazing, and you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other. And I like what you said. We try to build this platform up around there is no judgment. There is no judgment, because the truth is, where I am, where you are, where the other person is, it's all about us learning how to be okay with the progress we're making. You know, with the progress we're making, I really aim to teach people around the world, understand that when you lay down at night, you lay down with satisfaction. And when you wake up in the morning, you wake up with determination. You wake up with determination. I'm going to give my best self to today. And when you lay down at night, you say, I gave my best self to today. And it is what it is. But I'm not looking unto the right. I'm not, that's a discipline too. It's a massive discipline to not look to the right, not look to the left, because we live in a society where comparison is a demon. Okay.
It is. It is. It's almost like having to learn and remind yourself to brush your shoulders off, not to let that mess just build up in your life. That's very key.
Yep. Yeah. Now let's talk about this. On Saturday, we're having this workshop, right? We're having this workshop and we're encouraging people, you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area. We want you to participate in the workshop, but people like, oh, I'm so busy and I got so much going on. How important, in your opinion, is, if you have a life and you've been given a year, but you're not taking time to construct the life you want, why not attend a training that builds itself around healthier, wealthier, and happier? What's your view there? Because there are people in the Dallas Fort Worth area, they're going to watch this talk. They would have seen a flyer. They would have heard someone's going, but they know their life is not where it needs to be, but won't take that step to say, let me go ahead and register and be a part of a gathering like this that can help me change my mindset and get me in a better place. What's your view there?
Well, I would say to those, even with your time as well as your money, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. It's easy to brush it off and just kind of just blow away the day, or spend your Saturdays and Sundays like you do every weekend after weekend. We don't always get an opportunity to attend a workshop like this live in the flesh. A lot of us are zoomed out and all that stuff. So to be able to come together with a group of people and fellowship and to connect and to rub elbows and, be eyeball to eyeball, these opportunities are pretty unique. And so you have to be willing to, I would say, invest your time, invest the funds to pay the fee, and go to the course. You don't get to do this all the time. You get to goof off every Saturday, every Sunday. I'm saying goof off. I know we all have life. We have family responsibilities, but they will still be there after you spend a few hours at the workshop this Saturday with the Effective Living group.
Hey, watch this. You're going to like this, Jocelyn. Something that I really started. I said, I'm going to coin this because, watch this. All forms of discipline has a reward. All form of undiscipline has punishment or regret. Or, so if you commit to getting better, it positively affects everybody. If you continue to get worse, it negatively affects everybody, including it affects you, but then everything that is attached to you starts to feel it, right? And so to be able to say, I'm in pursuit of getting better, even for your children and your spouse and your job and your neighbors and just your friends, everybody gets the benefit of a better you, right? and unfortunately, when you're not better, everybody is somewhat impacted by the fact that you are going downhill and your life is actually not working itself out for you. When I wrote the book Effective Living, the book, and if you haven't gotten the book, ladies and gentlemen, I say it's a tool, because the book is loaded with stuff that just reminds you can create a life you don't need a vacation from. When I wrote that, listen, Jocelyn, I found that there are a lot of people who want better and they know what is being said is truth. But that whole concept of buying the book, attending a workshop, or getting a coach, people bump it on the side and not give themselves to it. Before we close our talk out this evening, you're going to be to the workshop next week, okay? And so many other people are now saying, hey, I want to be to the workshop. We have different opportunities, and I know you as an adult, as a parent, as a professional, you have engaged yourself in getting the books and getting coaching and getting, your network of friends and support system to elevate yourself. How important? Talk to those viewers that are watching. Get a book, attend a workshop, just get what is making itself available to you, because everybody's not doing that. But watch this, Jocelyn. They're watching you evolve, become, and enjoy life at another level. And some people just think it's lucky. But the truth is, you're putting in the work.
Mm-hmm. I'm putting in the work. I am pressing through when I don't want to press through. I am checking myself and calling myself out when I'm man. Yeah. Many days of that, but it takes a certain level of maturity to be able to call yourself out and call out your own stink, and to know when you're slipping or to know when you're not really living up to your full potential. I those It's not a show. It's not fake. It doesn't happen by chance. It does take work. It does take uh, a certain growth, a certain level of maturity. I would just say, buy the book, attend the workshop, stop being lazy. Don't give up on yourself, because we could talk about it all day long. You know, you may have gotten that degree, but how is your relationship with your family? You may have an okay relationship with your family, but how are your finances? There, within those 5 categories that effective living is built on, there is an area that needs some work for each and every one of us. So why not give of yourself, invest, and read the book, buy the book, read the book. I mean, this book is a easy read, it's a quick read, but it's very valuable. I'm able to go to it because I keep it right here on my desk all the time. And it's the best $25 you're gonna spend. You know, this tool is very valuable. So please buy the book, attend the workshops, join the group coaching community. And stay plugged in, you know, because it's one thing to join the group coaching community and halfway pay attention or not. That's part of the chips. That's part of the chip in the way, just showing up, just being present, just being willing to listen and to tune in and to focus and to support. You open your platform not just for your own growth and development, to bless others as well, so we can all grow together. Be supportive of those that's on the platform as well. It's not always about me. And so it's so important to connect. And anyone that is not willing to join this type of community is really, really missing out, because it really blesses your whole life. Faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. We all want to live to the best level, to our fullest potential in those areas as we can. So invest, go for it.
Go for it, go for it, go for it. Jocelyn, thank you so much for giving us some of your time this evening. I appreciate you. I appreciate your belief in the platform. I appreciate you supporting the platform. I appreciate you constantly and continuously engaging in the various activities of the platform. And let me tell you something, I am so excited about the future, and I'm watching you evolve, because I'm going to just say this. I can remember when you did your first live. Hello.
Yes, it was horrible. Those growing pains you made reference to. I felt horrible. You know, I tell you that much. And I even think I cried a little bit. But I still said yes when I was invited back, because I knew that was my opportunity to grow. I knew that being scared and doubting myself and saying, I'll never do that again, wasn't going to help me fulfill the vision that I had for myself. God planted this vision in me many years ago, that my son was just a toddler. I saw myself doing significant things, sharing, speaking, and connecting with people, and being a blessing in that manner. And here comes effective living in Coach Ricardo Miller. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know in what capacity that would happen, but I knew, you know, a good thing when you see a good thing, right? Thank you. Fall in line, stick with it.
Thank you. Listen, man, we're excited. We're excited. We're going to have a blast next week. Guys, listen, if you're joining us, join us next week, Saturday. We're having our upcoming Effective Living Workshop. It's going to be in Rockwell. It's going to be at a great hotel. And you know what? You come and hang out. We're going to do lunch, possibly afterwards if time would allow you. And we're going to all fellowship. I mean, the water view out there is amazing. And it's a great day to take some pictures and just really relax and tell yourself, you know what? I'm responsible for creating the life that I desire. And this getaway time, this workshop time, speaks to the fact that I'm going to address all of the subject matters that's going to be talked about to help me elevate my life to the next level. Jocelyn, we're going to have a blast. Thank you again. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your evening and your weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Coach Ricardo. You have a good weekend as well.
Thank you.
Bye.